Oh, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Illusion Fox Gaming. Today we are doing the level 96 ranged DPS role quest, The Milk of Mamool Ja Kindness. Physical Ja's plan is taking shape. Alright, I have something resembling a plan. First we'll need to track down the members of Shadowfeet's gang, then we'll try convincing them to leave. Considering how terrified most of them were, I'm sure they're eager to free themselves of Shadowfeet and his outbursts. With fewer followers, he'll pose less of a threat to the people of Alamigo, and we'll stand a better chance of taking back the Steelhog vessel. Of course, we now know Physical Ja and some of the other members by sight, so it shouldn't take too long to track them down. Haha, rest assured, I'm already a step ahead of you. Besides, if your role is to fend off bandits and the like, mine should be to gather information and whatnot. Does that sound fair to you? As it happens, our resistance friends stationed here had some interesting news to share. Apparently, two men were posing as merchants that we met before were spotted nearby, engaging in trade and conversing with caravan owners. All to nefarious ends, no doubt. They are last seen in a place called Alagana, so we should head over there right away. They both wear turbans and one has a beard. Assuming they haven't changed their disguises, they should be easy to find. Okay. Oh, why the fuck am I flying? I should just teleport. That'd be the faster solution. I always do that. Why do I always do that? It makes like no sense whatsoever. Good work. Oh, well, good evening. What can I do for you? You can start by dropping the Affable Merchant Act. It's nothing but a front for your real line of work. Save me, Shadowfeet. Is that what you really want? You seemed so scared of him before. Look, we're not here to hurt you. We just want to retrieve the vessel. If you explain what's going on, we might even be able to help you. Why don't you start by telling us your names? Our names? Come to think of it, not once did Shadowfeet ask us that. It was always, you there, or some undeserved insult instead. I'm Evano, and this here is Pepin. Both born and bred in Ulda, we were struggling to make ends meet until Shadowfeet, claiming to be a merchant, took us under his wing. Alright, he said that he was just like us, exploited and sick of bending over backwards for the rich and powerful. Then he showed us the artifact and told us it had the power to change the world for the better. With its blessing, we could shrug off the charge of an Auroch like it was a soft breeze, making you practically invincible. Imagine how impressed we were, and we did exactly as he instructed at first. He told us to pretend to be merchants so we could scout out vulnerable caravans. Next thing we knew, we were joining him in on raids. We never wanted to hurt anyone, but we owe Shadowfeet for giving us the power to strive for a better life. And we saw what happened to anyone who spoke up against him. Still makes my blood run cold to think of it. Shadowfeet mentioned before that he's from Ulda, Someone who's telling the truth, that is. It seems to me his gang is mostly formed of people from a similar background. But what about Mamool Ja? He's a mercenary, right? Yes, hired by Sheltofeet. He's so skilled that I doubt he even needs the blessing. Normally he keeps himself, but he once told me about his homeland, an ocean away. Perhaps it's not unlike my own, Avenel Pepin. Even if you still view us as enemies, we appreciate you telling us the truth. No, we're the ones who should thank you. You've shown us more kindness than Sheltofeet ever has. Is there one other thing, though? Although you know about the crimes we've been party to, could you give us some time to straighten things out? Once this is all over, we'll turn ourselves in, I promise. Of course, we're not the only ones looking to cut ties with Sheltofeet. We'll try to persuade the others to leave the gang. Not only that, with us acting as your men on the inside, we can help you take back your treasure. What do you say? This plan might just work. Count us in. We'll tell the resistance soldiers to hold off for now and give you the chance to put things right. You won't regret it. We'll return to the den and talk to the others. Until next we meet, be careful. I don't know. This might have worked. This might not have. To be honest, that went a little better than I expected. And although it was fairly obvious from the outset, that confirmed my suspicions about Mamool Ja traveling here to find work as a mercenary. Do you remember his reaction when we first encountered him? I have a feeling he and I are both from a similar part of Twirl. And he was surprised to see someone like me here in Eorzea. Whatever the reason, he's let us go twice now. He may be aiding and abetting a nefarious criminal, but I refuse to believe he's a bad person. I think it's worth talking to him, and for that we'll need to create an opportunity. The way he spoke about his homeland to Avenel and Pepin means he probably misses it, which gives me an idea. Where I come from, we have a tradition of using incense burners, and if Mamool Ja's village is anything like mine, that fragrance will remind him of home. Then, just when he's feeling all homesick and vulnerable, we make our move. The incense itself is made from copal, a type of tree resin. Do you think you could collect some of that while I gather the other ingredients? I actually came up with this idea back in Allegheny and asked our resistance associate where we might find copal. The good news is that there should be some in a place called the Last Forest. The bad news is that the smell attracts all sorts of horrible creatures, so try not to get eaten. Great. Being sent off to get eaten. Well, that's kind of nice, because they said tons of things would come to try and eat you if you try and gather it. That we only had to deal with one such enemy. Is that couple I smell? This is what it smells like when trees cry. That's an interesting description. Oh my, this is quite the find. Once I mix this with the other ingredients, we'll have a batch of traditional incense ready for burning. Fortunately, the preparation takes a little while, so in the meantime, perhaps we could begin the search for Mamool Ja. According to locals, Mamool Ja has been seen near the river which runs through Rustrock. With all the dust swirling about this place, I can imagine he'd want to wash it all off somewhere. I find myself bathing more than usual here, so I can relate. Excuse me. What are you doing here? Oh, there you are. Here, I have a present for you. It's an incense burner. No case is an old one I happen to have with me, but I made the incense from fresh ingredients, including copal that they helped me collect. I'll try lighting it. I'm sure the aroma will bring back pleasant memories of home. There is no need. I'd recognize that smell anywhere. As much as I long to return home, I'd rather not be reminded of what I left behind. What I might never see again. As things stand, I have no choice but to continue working as Sheltoefeet's mercenary, no matter what crimes he commits. But why? The fare for a ship back to Troll is enough to buy a mansion here in Eorzea. This was what Sheltoefeet told me. He said to serve him loyally, he'd cover the cost of my journey home. Hold on a moment. Surely that can't be right. People rich and poor travel from Eorzea to Tuliol all the time. Well, since I'm unfamiliar with local customs for negotiations and such, Sheltoefeet had offered to speak with the ship's owner in my stead. Here's the journey from Tural to Eorzea. Traveling in the opposite direction is far more perilous due to the weather conditions and so forth. Were it not for Sheltoefeet's skill at the bargaining table, the price would have been even higher, or so he said. I haven't played for a fool, haven't I? Yeah, yes you have. That unscrupulous, thieving snake in the grass. He won't get away with this. I have an idea. You should come with me to Limsa where I can introduce you to the captain of the merchant ship that brought me here. He's sure to give you passage home for a fair price. To tell the truth, I was rather hoping you'd join us in our cause, and you've already been through enough. Getting you home safe and sound comes first. I don't know what to say. Thank you for your kind offer, but I have unfinished business here. Though I may have been deceived, there is no excuse for the harm and suffering I have caused. I alone must settle the score with Sheltoefeet once and for all. Whenever you're ready, the offer still stands. It's a pity we couldn't join forces, but he's got to do things his own way, I suppose. In any case, let's head back to Alighieri. With all those soldiers around, at least we won't have to worry about bandits. Which is more than I can say for this place. Wait, why again? Why am I going to try? You know, Mamool Ja isn't all like his first impressions suggested. He was actually rather sweet and perhaps a touch naive. So I can't blame him for being taken in by Sheltoefeet's lies. And Mamool Ja wasn't the only one. Can't bring myself to forgive that treacherous viper. Thanks to him, we've been led to merry dance and still have nothing to show for it. With any luck, our newfound allies, Avenel and Pepin, will have good news for us before long. And so that was the level 96 Ranged DPS Royal Quest, The Milk of Mamool Ja Kindness. Thank you for joining us here today for this little video here on YouTube. Hopefully we'll see you again either for another video on YouTube or maybe one of our mini streams over on Twitch. Till then though, have a wonderful rest of your day.